Gautam, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Well, how satisfied are you with Delhi reaching the finals of Ranji Trophy?
Yeah, so far it's been satisfactory. The thing is, when you reach the finals, it's always a big achievement, especially when you've done it after 10 years. You've not been the most consistent side in the past, so if you've done it after 10 years, so it's going to be, it's a decent, good enough performance so far. Final is something which I think all of us should be looking forward to, because some of the youngsters who've never played any kind of finals, so most of the youngsters should be really looking forward to it.
With Navdeep Saini's sizzling spell driving Delhi into the finals, do you feel vindicated? Because you backed this guy, there were a lot of problems with this guy, and he has said that he owes much of his bowling, his career to you.
The thing is, a young bowler improving every year is the biggest plus, because what I saw of him 4 years back to what he is now, obviously he's improved every year. So that is the most pleasing thing for anyone, and he still have a long way to go. Hopefully he can keep improving, because the moment you're not improving, you become stagnant, and that's where the your downward slide starts. So hopefully he can keep improving, and hopefully he keeps working hard, because fast bowling is all about working really hard on your body, and he's done that in 4 years. Hopefully he can continue to do that.
Now, interestingly, Navdeep wants to follow you to Kolkata Knight Riders. Are you willing to take him in the side, buy him in the auction?
So I think first of all, he owes nothing to me. He only owes everything to himself and to his family as well, because the only thing I did as a sportsman is to try and back the right talent, and that is what you're supposed to do as a sportsman. You've not done anything different. Being a sportsman, you try and back someone who's really talented, and the only way they can show their talent is if they've been given the opportunity. And so the most important thing is that he's grabbed the opportunity with both hands, and as I said, that he's improved every year, and that is the most pleasing thing. And look, I still feel he's done really well with red ball, and he should not be thinking too much about the IPL. I think IPL and a white ball cricket is something which can actually mess around with your confidence as well, because that is a format where the batter is coming after you. So he should be thinking about the red ball. If the white ball thing happens, it happens. That is not the end-all, be-all, end-all for him. I think he should concentrate on playing Test cricket for India rather than the IPL and white ball cricket. So he should rather focus on what he's been doing so far. And if the IPL happens, it happens.
Gautam, do you think his performance has come at a time when he can command a good auction price, because the IPL auctions are around the corner?
Look, I think you need different skill sets in white ball cricket and in T20 format, and in red ball cricket as well. I think sometimes what happens is that people start relating your 4-day performance with your T20 performance as well. They feel that if you've done well in 4-day cricket or with red ball, you can do well in white ball cricket as well. As I said, that can be very dangerous. With someone like him, as young as him, who's still learning the trick of the trade and who's improving every year, I think this could be very dangerous for him, that if he starts concentrating on white ball cricket. As I said, that he should be focusing on playing Test cricket for India rather than any other thing. All the other things can be the byproduct of what he does with red ball, but at the moment I think his concentration should not be thinking about IPL or playing T20 format.
Personally, it has been a good season for you too, as a batsman, as a Delhi batsman who completed 6,000 first-class runs, 300s in 2017. But are you disappointed that all of this is not translating into an India call-up?
It doesn't matter. I think I've never thought about those things. I've never thought about the selections and stuff, because you should try and control only what you could control. I think selection and what people think in the closed rooms is not in your hand. Ultimately, when I got dropped the first time in 2012, since then I've not even thought about the selections and stuff. It is not right for me to think about the platforms, because you don't want to be physically somewhere and mentally somewhere else. I think you should try and stay in the present. The present moment says that I'm playing Ranji Trophy, and I should try and concentrate on Ranji Trophy and try and deliver and do whatever I can to the best of my ability, and try and win game for the team, whichever team I play for.
Well, the interesting thing is that you are now tasked with adjusting the corridors at DDCA by the government. How far have you managed to do that?
I haven't spoken on that front at all. I think I haven't spoken to anyone. It's a great, obviously it's a big responsibility as well. I think it's an honor as well. I think especially coming from the sports ministry, appointing a sportsman who's playing active cricket is the first time they've done that. And obviously it's a great honor. And hopefully we can get things right as well, because personally, even if it wouldn't have been me, it would have been someone else, I would have still said it's a great, I think it's a great decision that has been taken, because obviously an active cricketer would know what a young cricketer goes through, and what a young cricketer or the administration or the association needs to improve, especially the quality of cricket and stuff. So I feel that it's a big responsibility. Hopefully we can turn it around together. All of us can turn it around together.
Would you say Delhi's performance this season is a result of what you guys have managed to accomplish off the field?
Nothing has changed. It's just the performance that has changed. I don't know about the resources and stuff, because resources haven't changed. Nothing has changed. Infrastructure hasn't changed either. It's just that people have performed better. That is all that matters. I think the batters have got runs, bowlers have got taken wickets, and that is where the results are. Where we are is where we are only because of the performances of the players. And I think it's not about the infrastructure or anything else. It's the entire credit needs to go to the players. Some of the younger players have really put their hand up and performed really well. So no one else deserves credit than the young players who've done really well this year.
Well, switching tracks and talking a little bit about Team India, do you see this is India's best chance of winning a series in South Africa?
Every time we go to South Africa, we talk about the same thing. I think the biggest challenge is when you start winning abroad. Obviously, India will go to South Africa with a lot of confidence because they've done really well for a long period of time. So when you go to South Africa, obviously you need that confidence as well and that mental toughness as well. But again, South Africa is a completely different challenge in their own backyard. They've got a good quality bowling attack. So I think the onus is on the batters. If they can put runs on the board, they'll give their bowlers an opportunity to take 20 wickets. So ultimately you need to give your bowlers something to bowl at, and so the runs from the batters will be very, very important in South Africa.
Now it's an important season abroad coming up for Team India. They are going to play against South Africa, going to play against England and then Australia. Can they retain the #1 test ranking?
That should be their actual challenge, and that is what makes you the actual #1 test playing nation in the world. If you can start beating opponents in their own backyard. Every team in India has done really well. Every captain or every Indian team has done really well in their own backyard. But the biggest challenge has always been when you go abroad. So there are 3 or 4 back-to-back overseas tours that are coming up. So I think that is one good thing, because what happens is that when you know that there are 3 or 4 overseas tours together, you start getting mentally prepared for overseas year. What used to happen in the past was that we used to go to South Africa and then we used to come back and play a home series, and then we used to go again. So people had to shift their entire focus on different things as well. This time around, I think players should be absolutely ready that next one and a half years they need to be very mentally prepared to be playing everything away from home.
Now, Gautam, I would be keen to have an answer from you on this. Like the way Steve Smith has been responsible for Australia's success, many say that much of India's success overseas will depend on Virat Kohli. What do you have to say?
I don't think so. I think one individual can't win you a series. To win a series, you need 20 wickets. In fact, you need 60 wickets to win a series. As I said, batters, it's about all the batters. Batters have to put runs on the board, and bowlers have to take 20 wickets. For them to do that, they need runs on the board. So it has to be a collective effort. Virat Kohli or an individual can win you a single test match, but to win the entire series, you need contributions, and big contributions from everyone. So I feel that Australia was able to regain the Ashes only because Steve Smith got runs, but their bowlers have got 60 wickets as well. So without the bowlers, I don't think so you could end up winning the series.
How do you see Virat Kohli's evolution as a skipper? You have been his Delhi statemate. You have seen him right from the beginning. Would you say that the coming months will be the biggest test for him as a captain and as a batsman as well?
Look, important. It is important for him because he's the leader of the pack as well. And as a leader, you want to contribute. You want to perform really well. The moment you perform, you can start demanding the same performance from your other players as well. And this is going to be a big challenge, and I'm sure that he's going to be ready for this challenge as well. And more than the technical stuff, he should be mentally ready for it. And I'm sure the kind of person he is, he would be mentally ready. And the good thing is that he's taken a break now. I think it's always better to take a break before the overseas series so that you can actually get mentally completely fresh and then start concentrating with a fresh mind. So I think not only him, most of the batters will have the task cut out.
Now, Virat has transitioned off the field as well from a bachelor to a husband now. Would you like to share your husband handbook with him?
Look, I can only wish him all the very best because it's a great phase. You should enjoy this phase. It only comes once in your lifetime, and it's a special feeling as well. When you get married, obviously it's a great feeling, and I'm sure that he's going to enjoy it, and he's going to get a lot of support from his better half as well. So I'm sure he should enjoy every phase that comes along, and I'm sure there will be someone who would be with him in future in his ups and downs.
Right. Finally, there's a section of Indian politicians wanting a say in the venue of Virat Kohli's wedding, calling him an anti-national for getting married in Italy. How do you really react to that?
It's absolutely ridiculous. I think people should be more sensible before giving these kind of statements. Just because you want to make a headline doesn't make any sense that you start talking about someone's personal life. It's his opinion, it's his wish, wherever he wants to get married. I think whether it's the politician or anyone, they should be much more sensible before saying something about any individual.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show and sharing your perspectives.
Thank you.